In this video, you are going to learn product visualization from start to finish. You are going to learn whole process of creating this scene in Unreal Engine 5 from level design to lighting and rendering it with movie render queue. So without any delay, let's jump into Unreal Engine. I have opened a blank scene here. Let's start with our product visualization of our mouse as you saw in the starting of the video. So let me just show you the resources that I am using for this product visualization. These resources are free to use. So you can just download it directly from the internet. So let me just open. So these are the two assets that I am using for my product visualization here. First one, this is the mouse here, Logitech MX Master 3S. This is the mouse that we are going to use for the product visualization purpose. You can use any product that you want. I have certain ideas in my mind how my product visualization is going to look. So I'm going to recreate it with you guys here. And second one, for lighting, we are going to use this free lighting studio HDRI maps, which are absolutely free by HDRI Light Studio. You can just go to this link which I'm going to give in the description below. You can check that out and just go here and just click on download, and you need to just provide your email ID and you will get the link for a 3K resolution HDRI, and you can directly download and use in your Unreal Engine scenes for product visualization or any other purpose. And if you don't want to give your email ID, you can directly download it in 1K, but I would prefer to go for 3K because it will give you some really good lighting and reflections in the final result. So let's start now. Just click on download here and download the OBJ file. Once it is downloaded, you need to extract it out. So I have extracted here the folder here, and once you go inside, you will find two folders, source and textures. So source is having our object here, and our textures is having, but obvious, our textures which we are going to recreate from scratch, because a lot of you guys were asking to create the scenes from start to end. So now I'm going to do it in each and every video. I'm going to try my best to do that as well. Okay, so let's start now. Let's just go to our source. Let's just click on mx_master and let's just import this. But before doing that, let's just create a proper folder structure. So let's just press Ctrl Shift N and let's just create a Logitech mouse visualization. Now let's just double click and open it. Here I'm going to create one more folder. Let's just name it to model here, and let's just import our model. So let's just go quickly here, and I'm going to drag and drop it here in my Unreal Engine. And as soon as you do it, you will find this settings here for the OBJ which we are going to import. Now you can do lots of things here. You can bake the mesh as well. If you don't want to bake it, just deselect it, because if you see here, if enable mesh are baked with the scene instance hierarchy transform, if you don't want to do it, you can cancel it out as well. Okay, and if you go here, you can see we are recomputing the normals, tangents. You can make it you can just leave it to default. We don't want any animations, so if animations is tick on, you can turn it off, but in OBJ you don't get this. Then you have the combine static mesh option. So if you don't want to combine your mesh, let's say if the scroll wheel is different, the light is different, you can definitely do it, but I want it to be combined static mesh, so I'm going to turn this on here. Okay, let's just click on build. It's already building a nanite here, which is a good thing. So if you don't want it to be nanite, I don't want, so I will just turn this off here, because we are going to use part tracing as well. We don't want any import animations. Okay, yeah, this is done. And if you want, you can just use all assets, so it will use import the materials that have already been created. Okay, great. And if just search once for smooth as well. Okay, if it is not, then you are going to be ready to import. So let's just click on import, and here you can see combined static mesh is turned on. Yeah, and let's just import it here. And now you can see our mouse is imported. So if I double click it here, you can see we can see our mouse is really small here. Okay, so let me just close this out. Let me just drag and drop it here somewhere around here, and let's just increase it to 100 and check it. Okay, so if I press the F key, yes, you can see our mouse is here, but as you guys can see, it's really small. Okay, so let's just do 300. Yeah, or let's just go for 500, and you can see. So if you don't want this, there is the second option method that I have showed you. Okay, just delete this out. So I'm going to do all the things that I basically do when I work on the project, so you can learn from it as well. So if you remember, we just disable that bake mesh. So let's just turn it on again. Here it is. Okay, so let's just leave everything to default and let's just click on import. And yeah, one more thing, that assets I have done here as well. Okay, so let's just do this also to default and let's just click on import. Okay, now importing is done. And as soon as you drag it here, you can see it's not that much big. So let's just do 500, and yeah, you can see our mouse is here. If I press the F key, you can see the mouse which is here, and if I go to unlit, yeah, you can see the mouse. Okay, so let's just go to lit again, and we need to apply our default material here. So let's just rotate it, maybe something like this. Okay, yeah, this is looking good. And now let's just apply a material here. Let's just create our material, but before doing that, let's just import the textures as well. So let's just go to our texture folder, and let's just use all of these textures which we are going to recreate in Unreal Engine. So let's just right click and create a new folder. Always stay organized, guys, so you can find what you are looking for. And let's just drag and drop it here. Yeah, this is done. And let's just create a material here. So let's just go back and let's just right click and create a material. Let's just name it to M. So it's a master material, and then you can use it in your different projects as well. You can just migrate this material to another, what you say, your Unreal Engine project, and you can use that as well. So let's just name it to M underscore texture, and let's just double click and open it out. And what I want to create a material instance. So if you're new to Unreal Engine and don't know what material instance is, just check out my video on introduction to materials, and you will find out. It's, I think, on the day 3 I teach how you can create your own materials. So just check it out. So let's just create on material instance, and let's just name it to mouse, and let's just drag and drop it here. Okay, so we need our mouse texture here, and let's just double click and open it here. Okay, and you can see we have this material, and if I double click on master texture, here is our master material. Let's just start with our textures here. So let's just drag and drop all our textures here. Okay, let's just start with our diffuse. So you can say this is our roughness. So let's just connect this to roughness here. Okay, then this is our AO, ambient occlusion. So let's just use this for ambient occlusion. Let's just check this. This is our base color. So let's just connect this to our base color. Then this is our roughness. This is our normal. So let's just connect this to normal here. Then this is our emission. Okay, we are going to use emission as well. So let's just move this upward here, something like this, because this is going to be our metallic, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, this is our metallic. So let's just connect this to metallic as well. And this is our emission. But before connecting this emission, I'm going to save this out. And let's just check how it is going to look. So let's just minimize this. And you can see this is how it is looking here. Yeah, it's not looking that great, as you guys can see here. Now let's just find the reason for this, why it is not looking that great here. So let's just go to our modeling here. Okay, you can see we are in lit as well, and if you go to unlit, you can see the texture. It's looking good. But if I select this and change my lighting as well, you can see something is wrong here. Okay, let's just figure it out what the thing is going on. So first of all, I'm going to make sure that in my material, two-sided is turned on. Okay, so let's just double click it here and make sure that two-sided is turned on. Let's just save it again. Let's just close this. Let's just check it out. No, it's not working. Let's just go to our normals here and check that out as well. So let's just go to attribute. Let's just click on normal, and yeah, you can see our normals were inverted basically. So you can see now we are getting that texture. So this is the whole process that I am showing. Many of the person charge for this and they create a course, but I am going to make it free I'm going to make it affordable if I'm going to create some courses in the future. Yeah, I'm planning to create some courses on automotive visualization, but that's for the future. So now you can see we have this recompute normal, and if I turn it off, you can see we are not recomputing the normals. So just turn this on. Invert normals will basically invert the normals if it is not going the same direction. But as you guys can see, this is working perfectly fine. Okay, it's as our model it is. So let's just click on accept, and now you can see our model is looking really good, guys. Okay, so let's just go to our selection mode again, and yeah, this is perfect. Let's just now add the emission, but before doing that, I'm going to just lower down my sun here, something like this, so I can see my mouse. You can see the details are looking really good. And now what I can do, I can just double click on my master material, and let's just sorry, my master material. So here it is, and let's just add that emission here. So let's just click this emission, and now you can see we have this emission color here. So just connect this here, but I want to control the emission amount as well. So if I click here, you can see we have this emission, but let's say you want to increase the emission or you want to decrease the emission. How you can do it? It's really easy. Just click and hold M key, M for multiply, connect the A to your texture, and for B just connect a scalar parameter. So press and hold the S key and click here, and let's just name it to intensity emission. Okay, and let's just connect this to our B, and let's just connect this to our emissive color, and now you can see the result. So if I save it out here, you will see we are not going to get any emission because currently it's set to 0. So let's just increase this. So let's just open our mouse here, and you can see we have this global scalar parameter value, and now we can increase this intensity here. So if I go for 10, you can see the result. If I go for 4, you can see the result. If I go for 2, you can see the result as well. So right now I am going to keep it to 2 here, and you can see we are not promoting the parameters here. So let's say if you want to use this for any other project and you want to just replace the textures, you can easily do it. Just double click it here, and here you can right click and convert to parameter and name it to diffuse. Then convert this to parameter, name it to metallic. Right click, convert this to parameter, roughness. Right click and convert this to parameter, AO. Right click and convert this to parameter, normal. Okay, right click and convert this to parameter, emission. And now if I save this and if I go to my instance, you can see we have all these parameters here. So now you can just easily replace it out. So let's just close this. Now let's just start with our product visualization. So let's just delete all the lighting here that we have, and we are going to delete the floor as well. Here you can see we have two models actually. Okay, so let's just delete this. Yeah, let's just delete all the stuff here. And now let's just go to our unlit mode. Let's save this label as well. So save all. Let's just go to our Logitech mouse base. Always keep your things organized, guys. Let's just go to label and let's just name it to Logitech visualization. Okay, yeah, great. Now you need to decide for what you need to create your visualization. Either you are creating for Instagram, or you are creating for any other social media platform like YouTube, or you are creating it for any LED screens or any product promotions. So you need to decide the size of your camera or the resolution of your camera. According to that, I'm going to use our default camera, which is 1920 into 1080 16:9 ratio. So I'm going to create for that, but you can create your own resolution which you want to create. So let's start now. Let's just go to our camera, but before doing that, let's just first add our post process volume. So let's just go to visual effects and let's just add a post process. let's just move it downwards here so we are not seeing it. And let's just make sure that infinite is turned on. Now we are going to start our visualization. So for that, first I am going to need a lighting setup. Okay, so let's just go to Windows and Environment Light Mixer. Let's just add the default lighting system here, and let's just click on lit. So you can see this is how it is going to look. Or else what you can do, you can use what we say HDRI as well. So let's just click here. Let's just go to light and drag and drop your HDRI backdrop. Now, if you don't see here in lights HDRI backdrop, just go to edit, plugins, and search here for HDRI backdrop. And just turn this on and you are ready to go. So let's just go to our lights, HDRI backdrop. And here you can see it's looking something like this because we need to make this bigger. So let's just make the size around 500. Yeah, you can see the product now. And let's just make sure that we have use camera projection in advanced step turned on. Okay, yeah. And let's just move our projection center downwards. So where is our mouse? Here is our mouse, you can see. So let's just move our mouse upwards, something like this. Yeah, you can see the mouse now. Perfect. Okay, and now we are going to replace our HDRI. So as I showed you, here is the website that I am using, this 25 free Studio HDRI maps. Then there is a Grayscale Gorilla pack for HDRI studios as well, which I have purchased. You can use that as well if you are working for a full-time 3D artist. But I am going to show you the free options here. So just go to this link. I am going to give it in the description. Just register with your email and you will get the download link. And if you don't want to register with your email, you need to compromise with the 1K quality. Now, as soon as you get the folder, you will find something like this, the EXR file. Now, if you are already using Unreal Engine, you know that we need to have a .hdr format. So if I show you here, you can see this is having the .hdr format. So we need to convert here from EXR to HDR. So for that, we are going to use the Photoshop here. So if I open this here and if I make it bigger, this is the DJV viewer that I am using for EXR sequence. So let's just check our HDRIs. So I think I am liking this HDRI, which is, I think, which is the 8 number. Yeah. So here it is. So let's just drag and drop this to Photoshop here. So I have opened my Photoshop file here. Let's just drag and drop it as transparency. And here you can see we have this HDRI. Let's just use this HDRI here. Now, in order to save it to HDR, you need to do certain things. First, make sure that you view this as an HDR. So just go to edit, preferences, and make sure that in technology previews, you have this precise color management for HDR display turned on. So you will see exactly what you are going to get in the result. Now just go to file, save a copy here, and just, yeah, we are going to keep it on the copy only. But here you need to make sure that you are using the radiance.hdr format. And just click on save now. And now you are ready to use this HDRI. So here you can see we have this HDRI. So let's just drag and drop it to our folder. So let's just go upwards. Let's just open our Logitech mouse base. Let's just create a folder again. Always organize your folder, guys. And let's just drag and drop this. Okay. So here is the HDR. Now what you need to do, one thing, if you need to have this for high quality, just make sure that map generation is set to no maps. So this will ensure that you get the full quality. It is going to take some time. And here from HDR compression RGB, I also changed this as well to HDR RGB A16F no sRGB. Okay. So let's just save this as well. And let's just close this. And let's replace the HDR backdrop now. So just click here and just replace it here. And now you can see we have this HDR, which is looking really good. And let's just replace this in the skylight as well. So just click on the specified cube map and just replace this out. Yeah. So this is looking good. You can see the HDR and this is looking really amazing. You can see our product is looking really good here. And let's just start with our camera now. So let's just create a camera by going to cinematic, cine camera actor. So here is our camera and let's just do maybe 008 out. Okay, here is my camera now. So you can see here, let's just rotate it to 90 degrees. And now I'm going to switch to my cinematic viewport and just click on my cine camera. So now you can see, just reduce the camera speed guys by holding a right mouse button and scrolling in and out. So let's just do something like this. Okay, yeah, this is looking good. And if you want, you can crop this camera as well. So if you want, you can do lots of things, but let's just do some settings here to get a really good result. So let's just do a film here. Yeah, and let's just maybe increase the sensor width here and increase this somewhat. So or a cinematic shot. Yeah, this is nice. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that my focus is here only. So go downwards here, from manual change it to tracking, and let's just do a tracking focus setting here to here. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. And let's just do something like this. Yep, this is looking nice. Now let's just start with our visualization. So I'm planning to add certain rocks here in the back and in the front, so we get a nice visualization result. So let's just do that as well. So let's just go here and then we are going to do the lighting part somewhat, because this is looking really good. And let's just click here and let's just go to fab and I'm going to search for cliff here. Okay, so cliffs are really big, but it has some really good details that we can use here. So search for cliff and press enter. Make sure that price is set to free because we want some free stuff here. Okay, so you can see we have this cliff as well. So we need details, something like this. Okay, so make sure you have some cliffs which are having really good details. Okay, don't get something like this. Just get a flat color, something like this or like this. So you can see this is looking nice, and let's just add it to our project with a high quality here. And let's just search for one more cliff which we are going to use, maybe this one. Okay, yeah, this is nice. And let's just add this to project as well. So it will take certain 1 to 2 minutes to download because I'm doing this in real time. So you are going to see all the stuff that I am doing here. Then you can have this large Nordic cliff as well for the background. Okay, but I think I want some more detailed stuff. So let's just search here for sandstone cliff as well. So yeah, we can take this for the background. Okay, so let's just add this to project as well. Okay, first is done. Now what I want to do, I am going to drag and drop it here, but let's just split this to two views here. So if you are doing it for first time, just click here and make sure you are having two panes. So you can see we have the camera result here, and here we are going to do all the stuff. Okay, so let's just drag and drop our sand cliff here. So let's just go to static mesh folder, and sorry, there are two here. So let's just go to our static mesh folder. I think it's this or maybe this. Yeah, here it is. So just drag and drop it here into your scene. You can see the result here. Just make sure that it's somewhere around here. Rotate it out something like this and just move it here. So you can see in the camera here. Okay, you can see the result here, how it is going to look. Okay, just do it something like this. Maybe you can rotate it here as well. So just make a proper composition as per your requirement, as per your scene. Okay, so let's just do something like this. Yeah, you can see the result here as well. You can say it's inside here. I don't want that, so let's just rotate it, and you can do the resizing as well of the mesh here. Okay, so I'm going to move it here, something like this. Yeah, this is nice. And let's just reduce our scale here. So you can definitely do it here. So you can see the result here. Okay, just make sure that you turn off the snapping of the rotation as well. So I'm going to create here. It is, but obviously it is going to take some time to create a really good visualization scene, but I'm going to just show you guys. Just make sure that your mouse is upwards like this, and then just make sure that you set your camera as well, because we don't want it to go inside. So now you can work here. Okay, yeah, sorry, I changed my camera here. Okay, so where is my mouse? Yeah, so this does happens when you are doing the visualization. So let's just select my mouse and press the F key. Yeah, here it is. So let's just do something like this for my camera again. Yeah, something like this. And let's just now lock our camera because it keeps on moving. So let's just go to transform and make sure that lock actor movement is turned on. And now let's just move it here. So you can say it's upwards here. Okay, and let's just take it downward. You can see the result here now. So let's just move it here. Yeah, this is looking nice. And I want the color to be black here. So just double click on material, and let's just make sure that saturation is around 0.1, something like this, so we don't get any color, because I'm planning for a dark look. You can see here, and I want contrast to be increased like 1.2. You can see the result. And let's just decrease the brightness to 0.9. Yeah, this is looking nice. Now you can see the result. Okay, and now let's just have one more mesh here. Okay, so we can definitely rotate it something like this. Yeah, this is looking nice. So let's just press F11 key here, so we can see how this is looking. Yeah, this is looking nice. We are getting the depth of field as well. So let's have another one. So let's just go to static mesh, and here is the big mesh, and let's just rotate it something like this. Let's just move it behind, something like this. You can see the result now. So if you want, you can make your HDRI bigger as well. So here it's right now 500. You can do it 5000. So now you can see your HDRI is bigger, but you can see it's getting inside and outside. Okay, so what you can do, you can play with your projection center as well in the Z. So let's just do this to 1500. Okay, and then let's just play it here. So let's just do something like this. Let's just rotate it out. I'm going to delete this HDRI and do it again. So let's just go to cinematic array, sorry, lights, and let's just have the HDRI backdrop here, and let's just move it downwards first, something like this. Okay, so we can say it's downward, and then let's just increase the size to like 5000. Yeah, now you can see the result. Let's just make sure that we have this camera projection, so it's downwards here. So now you can see we are getting this result. Okay, nice. And we can move all the things upwards as well, but let's just replace our HDR as well. So let's just go to our folder here, which is somewhere around here. Let's go to HDRI here, and let's just replace this. Now you can see the result. Let's just replace it into the skylight as well. Yeah, this is looking nice. Now we need to change here as well. So let's just do something like this. Let's just take this backwards here, something like this. So you can make the composition as well. You can make here as well. So you can play with the rotation and all that stuff. Yeah, this is looking nice actually. but I don't want to see that part, so maybe I will make this bigger, something like this, and take it backwards here. Yep, this is looking nice, and you can see the result, and this is going to be our back scene, so you can make this bigger as well to create a composition, a really good composition actually, something like this, and just move it downwards here. So you can say this is looking something like this. Maybe I will rotate it, and you can press the tilde key and just play with this your orientation. Okay, so I can do something like this. Okay, so I can do something like this. Sorry for my okay. Yeah, and let's just change the material here as well. So saturation, if you remember, it's around zero point 0.1, brightness was around 0.9, and contrast around 1.2. So let's just save this as well. You can see the result, and let's just make sure that we are viewing this in our screen percentage of 140, so we can accurately see what we are getting the result. This is looking nice actually, and let's just add some more stuff here as well, and let's just do a camera resolution as well. So I'm going to make sure that transform is turned off so we can move as well, and let's just go downwards. Instead of 35, let's just do a prime lens of 50, and let's just move it backwards, something like this, so you can see the result here as well. Let's just do a depth of field of 1.2, so you can get some really nice depth of field, or maybe 1.5. Yeah, so you can see the result, and then maybe we can move this downwards here, so you can see we are getting some really good depth of field here as well. And let's just lock our camera again, so let's just go to transform and lock it again. And now let's just move ahead. Let's just go to content drawer, and I'm going to add more sand cliffs here. So let's just go to static mesh. Here is one more. Let's just rotate it. Maybe you, if you want, you can take this downwards as well. Okay, something like this. Yeah, this is looking nice actually. I'm going to move it here in the front, something like this. Maybe rotate it a bit, so you can do lots of composition settings according to your requirement. So it takes some times to create nice compositions, but as you progress you can do lots of stuff here. Okay, and let's just change our material again. So saturation, if you remember, 0.1, brightness contrast 1.2, 0.9, and maybe I will decrease this brightness, something like this. Okay, yeah, this is looking good, and you can see we are getting that depth of field as well, but maybe I'm not liking the way this is turning out. Yeah, this is perfect actually. So we are creating that depth here, and what you can do, you can take a copy of this somewhere around here, just to rotate it here. Okay, and just move it around the camera, something like this, so you can see we are getting that depth here. And then we can move this as well, maybe around like this, so you can really play with the settings here. Maybe make this lot bigger. Okay, and take this backwards here, something like this. Okay, maybe this is not going to set, so I'm going to rotate it here, something like this. So I'm taking the upper portion here. Let's do something like this, and you can say this, the mouse is looking really good. Now what you can do, in order to have some bounce light here, you can add multiple lights and shadows. So let's just see here once. Maybe I will move this backwards, because right now this is having the attention. So if I press F11, you can see we are getting the attention here. So just move it backwards or forwards, so you get the depth of field. So you can see here, or maybe you can move it backwards here. So it totally depends on you. Just take some time to create the stuff here. Okay. Because it takes time to create a composition. So just have some patience and do some stuff here, and just have this to your rotation of X, something like this. Yeah, this is better now. So we are getting this here. And now what you can do, you can just add some more lights, and you can also just have this to rotation. So let's just do the lighting now, and let's just make sure that in skylight we have the cube map resolution to, let's say, 2048, so we get some nice reflections. And let's just play with our lighting now. So let's just go to post process. Let's just start with our exposure. Let's just set to manual. Let's just do 8. You can see the result of the 8 value. Let's just do 9. You can see, but I am happy with the 8. So let's just do 8 here, and let's just go downwards. Here I am going to have the detail strength here to maybe 1.2. Let's just go to our chromatic abbreviation. Let's just have some chromatic abbreviation here. Okay, yeah, and let's just do this on the full screen here, so we can actually see what result that we are getting here. You can add a dirt mask as well. So if you search here for dirt and just have this screen dirt here, you can see the result, and you can have the dirt mask intensity here. So this is looking good. Let's just have the detail strength, and let's just play with our vignette, or you can remove it depending on the look that you are going for. You can have a convolution bloom as well. So let's just go to bloom. Let's just do a convolution, and you can see the result here on this. So you can definitely increase this. Yeah, this is looking much better. Then let's just go to our settings here with the slope and toe. So you can do 1 here, and here you can do 0.4. This is looking better. Or you can maybe do 0.5 as well, depending on the look that you are going for. Method lumen. Let's just make sure that lumen scene is around 4 and 4. Use hit lighting for reflections. Make sure that final gather quality is set around 8. And let's just do a screen trace reflections as well. Then I'm going to do some lighting as well. Just make sure that this both are also set to 4 and 4, so it updates when we render it out. Reflections lumen quality will be around 2, or you can do 4 as well for the reflection. You can have high quality reflections as well. And here if you do 1, you can see we get this reflections which are looking really good. So let's just do a bounce of 4 and 4 as well. Yeah, this is done. If you want, you can use the mega lights as well, but I don't think I'm going to need this. And this is ready now actually. Let's just do some more lighting, and then we are ready to go. So right now the bottom part is not looking that good, so let's just do the lighting here. Let's just save as well, because we haven't saved it till now. And here you can see the result. Here is our mouse. So let's just go to lights, and let's just add a rectangle light here. Okay, somewhere around here. You can see the result here as well. So here is our light, and now you can see it's around here. So you can see this is looking really beautiful, but I want it downwards because I want my product to shine. So you can do something like this. Okay, you can see the result here as well. So let's just move downwards, something like this, and you can switch this to unlit and actually see where it is going. So you can see the result here as well. And you can switch from perspective to top view and actually check where your light is getting placed. So here is our light, and now you can see it's under this. So let's just go to perspective again. Let's just take this downwards here, something like this. Let's just do this to movable and make sure that it's having a great width and height. Okay, something like this, but I want the intensity to be around 2. You can see the result here actually, how it is going to look, and you can add certain more lights as well. So maybe if you want, you can do one as well. You can say it's looking nice here. I'm going to take a duplicate here by holding the Alt key. Okay, so let's just delete this. Here is our light. Let's just rotate it something like this, around maybe 90, and let's just move it here. So you can see the result. Let's just increase it, and now you can see that shine here which we are getting. So let's just do maybe 7. Yeah, this is looking good. Maybe move it backwards here, and you can make the light narrower as well. So let's just do that. Yep, and let's just have it somewhere around here. So you can see the result here, and then you can add the textures as well in this scene, but I think this is looking good. And if I press the F11 key here, you can actually see the result. Okay, you can see we are getting this depth of field not that great. So let's just render this out by having some movement. So yeah, so I can cover that movement part in some other videos because this video is really long now. But let's just do that movement part so you can see what we are actually doing. So let's just add a sequencer. Let's just add a level sequence. Let's just go here, and I'm going to show you the render settings as well. So let's just name it to sequencer, and let's just name it to Logitech shot. So here is our sequencer. Let's just make sure that we are having a 24 fps, and let's just add our camera here, which is here. So you can see we have our camera as well. So let's just animate our camera here by having this transform key here. Okay, so this will be our last position actually. So let's just go to last frame and have this, and let's just add a key. Let's just go to our first frame here. So let's just go to our first frame, and let's just move our camera somewhat. So we need to make sure that in transform our lock is turned off, and let's just do something like this. So you need to make sure that it looks good on the first frame as well. And let's just add a key again by pressing this key, and let's just check. Now you can see this is looking good. Okay, and you can reduce this as well. So let's just reduce the time to around 70, and let's just make sure that this is set to linear because we want a linear animation. So let's just now check, and you can see this is looking nice. Okay, and if you want the last frame to end maybe on some other part, maybe something like this, you can definitely do it. Okay, so let's just play now. Yeah, this is looking perfect. And if you want to have a certain camera movement, you can do that as well. And if you remember, we are tracking the object here, so we are going to get some really good depth of field here as well. So this is nice. Let's just render this out till this only. So let's just render this out again. So it's around, let's check our last frame, it's around 69. Yeah, so let's just do from 0 to 69. So let's just click on this movie render queue. Let's just add a PNG sequence. So let's just click on PNG, and let's just add our anti-aliasing. Here I am going to show you the settings that I go for rendering, because if you have some motion blur, just take it to around 4. but right now it's not that much having motion blur, so I'm going to make this to 2, but let's just go for 4. And here samples, you can take this to 32 as well, and just make sure that override anti-aliasing is turned on. This is my settings where I am getting really good results here, but I'm going to do 16 here as well. So 4 and 16, 16 4s are 64. Okay, so there will be total 64 frames in every one which is going to render. You can do a engine warm-up count of 50 here as well, so it will have some 50 frames to have some warm-up here. And let's just take this to none. Let's just add a settings, and let's just have a console variable as well. Let's just add our screen percentage, so r dot screen percentage to, let's say, 140 or 150. Yeah, let's add again. Let's just do r dot depth of field quality to, let's say, 4. Okay, let's just go for 5. Then you can have r dot motion blur quality, so you can see 4 is set to very high. And you can have the motion blur separable as well, but I'm going to show you in the upcoming videos where we are going to do automotive visualization. So this is good. And you can have the bloom quality as well, so r dot bloom quality, and you can see 5 is best quality here. Okay, so let's just do maybe 4. This is good. And let's just go for output 1920 into 1080. Let's just save it here in my folder, which is here. Okay, YouTube 1. So let's just do it here. Sorry. Let's just select this folder, and you can see we are going to start from 0 and go up to 69 only. And now we are ready to render, so you can save your configuration as well. So let's just do save preset as, and let's just do a Lumen test. You can have the part tracing as well, but I'm not going to show you in this video. And yeah, before doing that, also have this game override, so you get the highest quality, and save presets. And let's just accept. And now just render this out by clicking on render local. And this is going to compile my shaders, and it is going to then warm up and then start the rendering process. I will just speed the video up, and after the render is done, I will show you how it looks as well. And then you can do the color grading in DaVinci or Premiere Pro or After Effects, the software that you like. Okay, so I'm just going to fast forward this here. You can see we are getting this lens flare as well, because I forgot to disable the lens flare. So let's just do that by, let's just hold the escape key, cancel this out, just go to post process. Let's search for flares here, and let's just make sure that intensity is around 0.1. And let's just check now if we get somewhat lens blur. So let's just do 0.1 only. Let's just make sure that bokeh size is set to 5. Maybe something like this. Yeah. Yep, this is nice. Okay, let's just save this out, and let's just render this again. So render local. So till this is getting rendered, you are going to see the final result in the starting of the video only. So I hope you guys enjoyed this type of videos where I'm going from start to finish, actually showing you the proper workflow. So if you guys are liking this video, please share it with your friends, and press that like button, comments, because the more the comments I get, the more the likes I get, the more I will know that you guys are liking this stuff. I'm going to create this videos only, this detailed videos. Right now the recording time is around 50 minutes, so this is like a mini course, you can say. And I'm going to do lot more stuff. Also, I'm planning to do a automotive visualization course where we are going to create like a studio scene and a car, like a car animation scene. Okay, I'm planning to do that as well, but it is going to be a paid course, but not that much. You can easily afford that. I will see you next time. Till then, if you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine, and I will see you next time. Till then, bye bye guys.